because this meeting is starting at 7:30 a.m. p.m. Madam Clerk, can you take the roll, please?
Trustee Vendel.
Here.
Trustee Pearson.
Here.
Trustee Smith.
Here.
Trustee Hunt.
Present.
Trustee Brown.
Here.
Trustee Henry.
All members of the board are here. Let the record reflect that our engineer is not present tonight. All department heads are here. Village administrator. Okay. So everyone stand for the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If you remain standing, I ask Trustee Brown to lead us in prayer tonight.
We'll bow our heads, please. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation. Deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Let the village of Dolton say, amen.
Amen.
First thing on the agenda is general announcements. Is there any communications? Madam Clerk? Okay. Trustee Henry?
Just a friendly reminder, we had a cancer walk last year. We had about 50 people that attended. And I just want to put that on everybody's minds going into this new year so they can prepare for it. If anybody want to help out or just get the event started, please contact myself. Thank you, Mayor.
Okay. Anyone else report? Okay.
Excuse me, I'd like to touch on that. South Suburban College for 25 and over tuition waiver. If you're 25 and over, a waiver is available to all residents of the South Suburban College District 510 with the following restriction. This waiver may be only used one time and cannot be used with any other waiver. This waiver does not apply of courses of more than 5 credit hours. This offer applies to tuition only. You must pay for your books and student development and instructional technology fees for the course you select. Cannot be used with the federal, state, financial aid, or employers' subsidized program. Certain courses may require placement testing prior to registration. Courses are subject to availability. For more information, contact the admission office at 708-210-5718. That's 708-210-5718. I do have flyers on that information if anyone is interested in it. Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, two.
You got it.
Tonight, I wanted to bring a resolution for a longtime resident, longtime friend of the village, Mr. Sean Sims, who passed away earlier this month. I wanted to dedicate the Crystal Ballroom at the Dorchester in honor of his name. We did not have time to put it on as a resolution, but what I'd like to do tonight is get a consensus from this board and dedicating that ballroom to Mr. Sean Sims, who was the operator there for a long time and has been a friend of the village and many people here in the residence, and to many residents here in the village of Dolton. So if we can get a consensus of dedicating that hall, and next month, when we can have a formal vote, today is a committee of the whole, we cannot vote on that, but next month we'll certainly put a resolution in place and vote it vote on the next meeting. So what I'd like to do today is get a consensus of the board members here in regards to creating that resolution for Mr. Sims.
Yes, for me.
Yes, by me.
Yes.
Yes for me. Yes.
Trustee Pendel.
I think we had a mayor that passed away, we should have did something for him.
That's not the issue right now. I just asked you for your consensus on this
You've got
issue.
4, sir.
Pardon me?
You've got 4.
I've got 5. So yours is no?
Mine is no comment right
Okay. All right, seems like we have a consensus of this board to put a resolution in place to dedicate that banquet hall. It will in fact be on the agenda for next month for a formal vote and the passing of the resolution. Thank you. Okay, order of business. Mr. Irvin, first thing on the agenda.
First thing on the agenda is item A. It's been brought to my attention by Ms. Stephanie Blanco of the Kasperikan Company and the village employee, Ms. Johnson, who handles payroll, that they have been having considerable difficulties with the current payroll company. They have met with the representative from Paychecks. I met with them on one occasion. They have put together a proposal. The 2 things that stuck out in my mind when I met with them is, number 1, the current vendor's product does not interface with our locus system, which means that all of the entries for the payroll must be entered manually into the locus system. The proposed vendor automatically integrates with locus. The second thing that I thought was of importance is the familiarity with the hand stamp time clock, which has not been utilized for some time other than by a very select few of the employees. They actually are able to program it so that all employees from all departments, including police, fire, and public works, would be able to use the hand stamp, not just, as I said, the select few in the village hall. There is a current savings because of a promotion that they have going on right now, that their village would realize approximately a $4,000 annual savings. Ms. Blanco has had some workings with this company, and that's why she brought them forward for recommendation to switch to this company. The switch would take place at the end of January, early February, because the formal vote couldn't be taken until the 1st of January. There is a representative from Paychecks here if you have any questions at this time.
Any questions from the board?
Is anyone here from Payroll Solutions?
No, sir. They were not invited to come.
Mr. Irvin,
Yes, ma'am.
you have these people in, well, not literally in front of us, but you want us, they should have been here at least to make some type of statement, something.
The Paychecks representative, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. You want to step forward? Sure. Sir, you can answer any questions the trustee may have for us.
No, just, I mean, I'm just saying, you would be better at selling your company to us than he would. Not to say that he isn't good or can't do it, but you should know the ins and outs
Yeah.
more than someone who doesn't work.
Absolutely. We were brought in by your CPA firm to help solve some problems that are going on. Most specifically, overpayment of some employees, the integration between the locus accounting software, which has to be done manually now, Identitronics hand scanners that aren't being utilized to their full potential that have already been purchased a long time ago. We've worked with them in the past, and we can take hours and import them into our system.
You work with who in the past?
Your time system, Identitronics.
Okay. So you basically know how to come in and, like you said, work with their system. We don't have to worry about you fumbling and this and not having
Correct.
this or that, whatever you need to have to do the job.
Absolutely.
That's all. I really don't have any other questions for you. I just thought that you would be able to sell your company a little bit better.
Sure.
Well, Stan said that you would be able to make it work with the fire department, so you don't foresee any problems with
24-hour shifts,
Yeah.
things like that, yeah.
You gotta work 2-3 days at a time.
Well, we've done many fire departments in the past, and we're very familiar.
Okay.
Every situation is different, but
And is that through the hand scanner or is that some other way?
through your time system, then the payroll data would be transferred into the payroll system.
Okay.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is B.
Are we going to, is that just for information? We're taking this into consideration for consensus for a vote next meeting? Mr. Irvin, or?
I will put it on the agenda for a vote, yes, sir.
Mr. Urban, how soon would this take effect from the
I
time we
said
vote?
earlier, it would be mid-January to late January. The vote wouldn't take place until, I believe it's January 5th. We would give notice to the current company. There would have to be a transition period of getting all the information into the paychecks, computers, setting up the hand stamp time system, getting it set up with Locus. Realistically, I'd say the end of January, beginning of February, to be very honest.
Yes.
I think that the other company should be allowed to speak so we can understand what's going on and not just put some up a vote. Because there's no information pretty much that's given.
Here's coming to.
That's from that company. What about the company that we have now? They should be allowed here to speak. That's why we have council.
Well,
Yeah, take a look at that.
if you
Would
want that,
it be
that's
the
fine.
pleasure of the board to put out an RFP?
That's fine, if that's what you like, but one thing that we are dealing with right now is the fact that we have the hand scan, and we're not utilizing it.
And so-
There have been some conflictions with payment and payroll utilizing the current company, so it's to the board's pleasure, whatever they like. If they like to have representatives of the other company come in the next board meeting.
Well, if we're looking at the bottom where it says background, they have been recommended by our CPA firm that's doing our audits.
Right.
So they've been recommended.
So, whatever the pleasure of the board,
Right.
we can still put it on for a formal vote next meeting up, and also have representatives from the other company. And if you want to table it at a time or hear an explanation from the other company, you can still do that.
I have one more question, please. I guess this would be for Mr. Urban and yourself. Because you just said that we've been having a problem with this for some time now. Does the other company know?
Every mistake that has been handled through the payroll upstairs, whether it be through Ms. Blanco or Ms. Johnson, they have been notified of the mistake, and staff or Ms. Blanco has had to correct the mistakes.
Okay, so the mistake is made, and it's made on whose part?
It is made, not intentionally, but mistakes have been made on the payroll people's part. They have been in place here for quite some time.
Okay, I guess I'm trying to understand where payroll, well, I would understand, with the scanning. So the scanning machine, who was the company that we got for the hand scanner?
Identitronics,
Identitronics.
right.
Has Identitronics been notified that there's...
Identitronics has been called in. The payroll company does not work with their program in conjunction with Identitronics.
They don't work with their program at all? They've
No,
never
ma'am.
worked with their
No,
program?
ma'am.
And they're not willing to try to? I mean, has it even been, because I have to ask these questions
No.
and find these things out. Have they been talked to about this?
We have asked them if they are able to convert their programming to accommodate that, and their answer is not at this time. The same thing would apply with the Locus program, which is, I don't want to say a universal program in the municipal world, but it is a very highly used program for accounting in municipal government. They are not able to interface with that at all. So now when we get the payroll, then someone in the accounting department has to enter that all into the Locus system, where this would just automatically transfer from one to the other. The company that we have currently, Payroll Solutions, is a very small company. It is not to say that that's a bad thing, but they have not got the experience in the municipal world. We are one, if not the only, one of maybe a handful of municipalities that they do business with.
I'm just
There are a number of
amazed that
payroll
they,
solutions I
I'm
have.
sorry,
I don't have it with me, I'll be happy to email that to you tomorrow.
they have these municipalities and don't have updated software, you know, with these companies. They need to be here to explain themselves and why they're willing to lose our business.
We will make sure they're at the meeting on the 5th.
Thank you.
And Mr. Hunt, I'll get you the phone number tomorrow.
I do have one question when Paycheck is here. I see this, how many years are we gonna be able to get this discount to this 1 year and then you're gonna go back to the regular price the next year, or how does that work?
The promotion applies a number of different items for 3 years, with the price lock for 3 years. Just good for the municipality for forecasting, but the first year is the best part of it.
I'm sorry, if you said this price would be the same for 3 years, or you're saying it's going to 40 years?
Certain items on promotion are available for 3 years, which will be locked in for 3 years, while 3 months free payroll because the end of the year promotion is only available this year.
It's only available when?
This year.
This year will be over in a couple of weeks.
Well, you'll be
So
starting
if we
in
don't move on
January,
you
so that's
now, we'll lose a
2015.
lot of the promotions?
Pardon me?
So are you saying if we don't move on it now, we will lose some of the promotions that you are offering?
I'm saying in the year January, or 2015, was the plan was to start in January.
The plan was to start in January, so you would have, wait, you just said it has to be done by the 1st. We have to have it done by the end of this month, right?
No.
No?
No.
Okay, if we don't have to have it done by the end of this month, never mind.
But you say most of the savings is up in the first year. What's the price of the second?
One
and third?
item is, and the rest are for 3 years.
What's the one item?
Correct. The one item is 3 year, or 3 months free payroll.
How much, do you know how much it costs the second year?
It varies on number of checks paid throughout the year. Obviously, it's gonna go up and down, but the estimate is $12,000.
That's for this year with the promotional discount, correct?
No.
This year's promotional discount would bring it down to $9,115. Without the discount, it would be $12,178.
Oh, okay, all right, thank you.
You said $12,178 without discount?
Yes.
Any further questions? Okay, just move on to the next agenda, next item.
Next item is a continued discussion regarding the 911 dispatch center services and ambulance service. I see that both representatives, Daly's and Kurtz, are here to answer any further questions. I only received a couple of questions from trustees over the last couple of weeks. They were basically, they wanted phone numbers to contact the potential vendors. So we're here looking if there's any other questions, or is the village board ready to put something to a vote in January, or where do we go from here?
Okay, any discussion from the board, any questions? Anyone from either party would like to say anything in addition to what has been explained in the past?
Yeah, I would like to hear from the two chiefs what their preference is on 911, so that they can help us make a decision. Because they're the ones who have to deal with 911 on a daily basis, and I'd like to know what they think about it.
You go first. You go first. Okay. Well, speaking from the police department perspective, we really don't have a preference. It's really up to what the board really feels is the best deal for us financially. We don't really have a complaint per se with Dailies or Buds We don't know too much about the new people. We like their presentations, but we don't really have a preference per se for either one, so,
Okay.
okay.
Basically, same. I have had issues that I've straightened out with lights. I don't know where John, what some of the problems he's had. Money-wise, they're close. I'm just saying, we talk about businesses in Dolton. They've been in Dolton for 4 years. Their company is here. I met with Kurtz, they're great guys. We've had to work with me. I know what I could expect from Bud. I'm sure they're great. It would be a learning process. Be a learning process for them to learn our town, learn how we run. It may take